Sports fans, this is Steven Hill for JustMyPicks.com, and I'm bringing you a special NFL video on the whole Johnathan Martin, Richie Incognito situation. I'm going to go deeper in depth. I wanted to wait a few days to make sure a lot of this information and facts came out before I did my video. It was surprising to find out some of the things that go on in an NFL locker room. Being that I've played football, not at the NFL level, but at different levels, you see hazing. You know, you go through different situations where it's a brotherhood. You know, guys that 11 men that fight on the field at one time for each other to win football games. Some do it because they're passionate about it. Some do it because they want the celebrity of it. Some do it just because they just want to do it. You know, and the Miami Dolphins have a serious problem on their hands. And I'm suggesting that the NFL fine them heavily, penalize them big time, because this was created temporarily by head coach Joe Philbin, with the reports that came out saying that one of his coaches or a coach on the coaching staff went to Richie Incognito and told him to toughen up Johnathan Martin. You know, and in this society that we live in, when you have NFL players like Aaron Hernandez on trial for murder, when you have the guy from Kansas City that shot himself, committed suicide on the campus of the Kansas City Chiefs, you have to look at this as a turning point for the NFL. The NFL should have a no tolerance policy for bullying. Even though hazing, in my definition, is somebody that can be made to go get coffee for the veterans, or taking somebody's car to get it washed, or go getting somebody's dry cleaning. That's the hazing that I think is acceptable. But when it comes to this, and with the threatening and harassing voicemails and text messages and using the N-word, let's be clear here. It's never okay for a white person or any other person to use the N-word, whether it's nigger or nigga. It's in a sense it's a derogatory term. No matter who you're speaking with, no matter if it's taken in jest, the Miami Dolphins have lost full control of that locker room. When you have a situation like this, and Richie Incognito is being celebrated as a hero in some circles, and it was flat out almost felony like what went on. You know, and with him being told to, even if it wasn't Richie Incognito being told to do so, look at the fact like this: who motivates somebody by doing things like that? When you basically extort $15,000 out of someone to get a trip to Vegas for offensive lineman position group or whatever the case may be, it shouldn't go on in the NFL. You know, and I honestly, looking from the outside in, it makes me look at Incognito as a bully. You know, seeing some of the things that he's done over the past years with some of the run-in situations on the field and off the field. When you look at some of the video of him having drunken moments where he goes out and makes different slurs, when he goes out and does different idiotic things, and even when he's on the field, when he pushes certain buttons and get under certain players' skin, and being considered one of the NFL's dirtiest players in the NFL. You know, I know he's considered a tough guy, but looking at Johnathan Martin's perspective, he's a victim. You know, and we all have to really look at this as, an African American community, you're looked at as, you're supposed to be tough if you're a football player. You're supposed to be, it's the climate of the NFL. You don't want to be looked at as a wuss, so you have to stand up and fight. I know NFL is a gladiator sport, but you have to remember he's a human first and foremost. You know, and he has feelings. He has a right to stand up for himself. He has a right to complain. He has the right. In this situation, he was done wrong. And the Miami Dolphins, to try to cover this up, to try to release little statements here or there to saying, oh, it's nothing wrong, it's not a problem, that just shows me that there's a problem with the Miami Dolphins organization. Bullying from elementary school, middle school, high school is a problem. You still have bullying that goes on in society past that age group. You have grown bullies. You have bullies in middle school, back of the bus, whatever the case may be. But you do also have to realize that if Johnathan Martin would have acted in an inappropriate fashion, if he would have brought a gun to work, or if he would have fist fought him, or if he would have taken a different route, would we still be saying Incognito's a bully? So he's going through the proper channels, and he's going to get medical treatment to look at his issues from being bullied and things like that. But the Miami Dolphins have gone about this whole situation the wrong way. The NFL and the NFLPA are now involved, and it's just one big giant mistake to really put any credibility on the Dolphins and saying, oh, they're doing a good job, or Incognito of doing a good job of motivating someone. So when it comes down to it, I think it was a big mistake of Richie Incognito being voted a leader of anything, as far as players, as far as the Miami Dolphins organization, because he's not a leader. Yeah, he may be a tough guy. Yeah, he may be able to be counted on when the NFL game comes, but at the end of the day, Incognito needs to be released from the Miami Dolphins. He should not play another down in the NFL until he gets treatment for just the little things he says. Even look at the same thing I said about in the past with Riley Cooper. Riley Cooper, he didn't deserve to be killed. He didn't deserve to be beaten or anything like that, but he made a mistake. But I think that in a situation when you're harassing another human being in that form or fashion, whether it be voicemails, whether it be in person, whether it be in text, it still needs to be handled in a timely manner, in a very powerful way. But in closing, I think that in the NFL, it has to be a mindset of the tough guy macho mentality needs to be thrown out the door. Because you have to realize, at the end of the day, these guys may be gladiators. They may put their life on the line each and every week for 60 minutes in a football game. But you have to look at the big thing. They're human beings. So if a person doesn't want to fight, a person doesn't want to be aggressive in handling problems, are they weak? I think not. You have to realize some people have common sense. Some people have home training. Not all people come from a thug lifestyle, or not all people come from a background that's fighting, or comes from a background of macho, mano y mano, we're going to handle this physically. No. Some people grew up with common sense. Some people grew up with the way you handle things is you maybe go tell a NFLPA about something that's going under the radar. Or maybe he didn't trust Joe Philbin enough to really trust him with the knowledge, or trust a teammate enough to tell him so it wouldn't be berated in his face. With a lot of things that came out, it was said that it was a series of things that stopped with a lunchroom incident with several players. So I'm holding the Miami Dolphins responsible for this situation. I'm holding Richie Incognito responsible for this. And I think that Joe Philbin needs to take a lot of blame for this also. You know, because in this climate, in this day and age, in 2013, you have to really be realistic about what goes on. People walk on eggshells. People are going crazy these days. Look at the economy outside of football. Look at some of the things that real people deal with. Even though Johnathan Martin may have millions of dollars or thousands, hundreds of thousands of dollars, does that mean he gets to be berated and belittled by another teammate? No. So I think that this will open Pandora's box about a lot of things. I think the NFL will take action against certain hazing and define what is acceptable and what is not, and they'll be able to police these locker rooms a little bit better with that information that comes out from this investigation. So I want to know what you guys think. Do you feel like Richie Incognito is being wrongly accused or berated? Do you feel like Johnathan Martin needs to man up, or do you feel like he was bullied? I want to know you guys' opinions on this situation, and I think honestly it's a disgrace to have another human being treated like that in any way, shape, or form. I think there's no place in life for bullying, because in honesty, if I could, I'd bully every bully there is and let you see what that's like, let you feel what that's like, because no one likes to be bullied. I haven't had the time in life to ever be bullied. I'm thankful to God that I haven't been. But at the same time, I think that everyone deserves to be treated fairly and with respect and with dignity, no matter what race, no matter what background, no matter what sexual orientation you are. I don't know where this is stemming from with Richie Incognito, but he needs help. Check me out at justmypicks.com. You can also follow me on Twitter at justmypicks.tv. Also, check me out on YouTube, YouTube.com/justmypicks.tv. Please share all of my videos. Let me know what you guys think under the comment log. I'm going to be doing more updates on this as this story unfolds. You can also check out justmypicks.com, where we have heavy news coverage on this story. Also, if you know anybody that's being bullied, help them out in a situation. Speak up for them. Get them the help that they need, and also report the bully. You know, we live in a society where they say no snitching or things like that, but you have to understand, it's a new day and age. People lose their lives. They commit suicide. So many things happen because people are being bullied, or it hasn't been taken properly when people report things like this. I'm Stephen A. for Just My Picks. I'm out.